All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the Polyquad Life Podcast, coming to you from our living room this evening. As usual, I am joined by my quad partners. We have Ray,
Hello.
we have Marie,
Hi.
we have Nicole,
Hi.
and myself, Charlie. On today's podcast, we are going to talk about two different things. We're going to talk about one, etiquette at lifestyle clubs, and then gives a review on a few clubs that we have been to. So with that, we're going to dive into etiquette at clubs. And I think the biggest pet peeve right off the bat that we're going to talk about is when it comes to lifestyle clubs is gentlemen's etiquette. How to approach other couples and how to approach the women. And I think starting off with that, I think Ray said it best the last time we were talking about this around the dinner table was you go a lot farther if you approach the guy in a couple situation first.
Yeah, I mean, at least with me, is a lot of times with a couple and we're interested in, I smoke cigarettes at the lifestyle clubs. They've got a smoking area off. They happen to be a smoker. Go approach them when the female's not even there. Start making small talk. See if you've got something in common and get a little comfortable with each other before you even bring the females in.
Right. Guys are very protective, naturally. So if a guy approaches a woman and the husband hasn't been talking to the other husband, it can like feel the other husband feel a little off. Like, hey, you didn't have enough respect for me to come to me first. Because, like I said, guys are very protective naturally. So, I mean, you and the wife might have a great connection, but if her husband isn't on board, it kind of dampers the whole thing.
Right. Even if we're just walking around the club and doing it, my first words will normally be with the male, hi and all that, and getting some kind of connection, trying to
Right.
feel a little bit more relaxed and feel the person out.
Yeah, and I personally need you to speak with my husband either with me or before me. Please do not, just come up to me and think that, we're going to head off to the playroom. That is not going to happen.
Absolutely not.
Not going to happen. I'm a big safety girl. I'm very protective of my body. Um, and until I get to know you and you pass my husband's approval as well, that's just not going to happen.
Right. Well, like I said, guys are very protective naturally. So that's one of the things that they always do, even outside of the lifestyle. So, if they don't feel comfortable with a guy, even if you think he's cute or whatever, if they're sensing something that we're not sensing, because women tend to look past the red flags a little bit more than the guys do, because they're trying to protect us, so they're looking for all of those red flags.
Right. But I think it also goes the other way too when it comes to the ladies.
Yeah,
Ladies, I yeah, I need to know you. I need to, know what your intentions are with my husband.
right. Females need to come to us
Yeah,
first.
yeah. And so I think it just goes both way. And I just think it shows respect. It not only shows respect for the other partners, but it shows respect for the sanctity of your couple bubble,
Mm-hmm.
as our counselor likes to call it.
A couple bubble. I
Your
like
couple
that.
bubble.
Mm-hmm.
It shows respect for the fact that we have a relationship. It is our primary relationship. And while we like to develop other relationships, this is our primary relationship, and you don't want it coming across as if you maybe intend to um, put a
Step
kink
in.
in that,
Yeah.
step in,
Put a
maybe,
hole in that couple bubble.
yeah, burst the couple bubble. Yeah.
Well, it comes down to communication. Like we've talked about in previous podcasts, it is communication. And it goes not only communications with your primary partner or the polyquad, but it also goes with communications with other couples that you talk to at lifestyle clubs or events. We just hosted a nice holiday party here at the house with our bunch of friends, and it wouldn't have gone as well as it did, I don't think, if somebody was trying to triangulate somebody away from each other.
No, yeah.
So it just comes down to that communication. So with that communication, going into the next topic, I would probably say, ladies, what's one of the big etiquette do's and don'ts that you see at the Lifestyle Club that ladies do? I know one right off the top of the bat that Marie bitches about all the time is ladies hogging the bathroom.
Yeah. It's
Bathroom
not
mirror.
hogging the bathroom, but it's like they'll go in there and they'll have, long-ended discussions. And, sometimes you have to get away from the music and the big crowd and have a conversation. But if you're in there having an hour-long conversation standing in front of the mirror, standing in front of the sinks, or even in the bathroom stalls, hey, other people need to be there. Be conscious of that. If the bathroom starts getting full, kind of move away. Hey, we can come back to this conversation. Or hey, let's go find another place that's, not so packed. First of all, if you're going into the bathroom, maybe you want it a little private. If there's a bunch of us in there, it's not very private.
Exactly. And I think that kind of also goes along with it's not really a place to play. So,
No.
with all due respect, appreciate that, especially if, you're bi curious. Maybe, this is the first time you have been attracted to another woman. You're kind of feeling that out kind of thing. There's private rooms for that, or quiet corners of the club. The bathroom's really not the place for that.
I would say another piece of etiquette that you need to be mindful of, and it's for men and women. So, like these clubs, like we've said before, you bring your own alcohol because there's sexual activity there. They're legally not allowed to sell alcohol. A lot of people will share their alcohol. Some people forget it, or, it's last minute decision that they decide to go. So they don't bring their alcohol. So other people will share. But even if it's setting out on a table, if they've shared with you before, do not just walk up and grab someone else's alcohol.
No, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit about what we bring to the clubs. We all have different bags and cooler bags, and we'll talk about that in a little bit after we've done the etiquette piece here. But that's very good point, Nicole, because I've seen people just reach into somebody's cooler bag before, thinking it's okay, and they're like, "No, we only brought enough just for us for the night,
Right.
not to share with everybody at the club."
Right. Well, I mean, that's like the Jello shots. We bring a ton of them to share,
Yes,
and if I'm handing them to you, that's one thing. Don't walk across the club just to grab a Jello shot out of the bag without being like, "Hey, can I have another Jello shot?" I don't care if you have one, but it's common courtesy and
it's common
etiquette.
courtesy, and
Yeah.
that's the big thing in a lifestyle. I think it's just common courtesy. Just have respect for people.
Yeah.
Permissions goes a long way. So
I think the other thing that I would say is etiquette is concerned. So if you are fortunate enough that you connect with somebody at the club and maybe you play together, that doesn't mean that every time you see that person that they're going to be playing with you, and they
correct.
don't automatically become your property, so to speak,
Right.
just because the consent was there once. It's not necessarily always going to be there. It's on a case by case basis, and you don't want to make somebody feel uncomfortable by constantly every time they turn around being in their face, especially if they've come with other people.
Hmm.
Obviously, if they came with other people that night, doesn't mean they're not going to play with other people, but they came as a group to spend time together, and you need to respect that.
Hmm.
Again, doesn't mean you can't talk to them, but you just don't follow this person around and be at every corner they turn.
Yeah.
And that goes for men and women both.
Yeah, another thing goes with men and women both, and most people look at it as just when it comes down, it's more with the guys, but I've seen females get too drunk and get too touchy-feely. Touching there's still consent. I don't care if one of us is walking around butt-ass naked. Still need to ask before you touch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you
Yes.
just don't reach out and grab.
Yeah, and I've seen a few females when they get drunk enough, they don't think about that, and they think they can touch whoever. And I don't care if you're male or female. It just doesn't work that way.
Right. And you got to read the room. I mean, if a guy is pushing himself at you at that point, that's that's reading the room. They're giving you permission, maybe not verbal, but they're kind of somewhat giving you permission. You still need to ask.
Yes,
But
asking.
if you walk up to someone and start touching them or being overly confident, and they're stepping back from you, or they find a way to kind of move away from you, do not follow them and continue what you're doing.
Precisely. I mean, even with the four of us, we still ask permission when
Yeah.
we're at clubs and everything because you don't know where your headspace is.
Right.
I mean, even though we play all the time together, I'm still not going to, go up to Nicole and just grab her and be like, let's go, baby.
You grab me, but it's not in a sexual way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But there's also been times where I've looked at you and Ray both and it was like, leave me alone. Don't touch me.
Yes.
Like, I don't want it right now.
precisely.
Yeah.
So,
And that's
Nicole,
totally fine.
and Nicole also likes to remind them that, hey, Marie might not necessarily be in the mood tonight. Make sure you ask.
I do. I mean,
yes.
headspace and being
Yeah.
reading the room, being
Reading
conscious
the
of what's
room.
going on.
Yes, definitely.
Like this weekend, I haven't felt the best, and we had the party, and after everyone left, we started to play and everything else, but then, I wasn't feeling great. I went up to the room but before I did, I looked at the guys. I was like, make sure she's okay with it.
Which she was.
She was. I'm sure. Yeah,
Like
she
had fun.
was. But I still turned around and looked at her. I was like, hey guys, remember,
Right.
you still gotta be.
Right.
You have to ask. And I don't care how long you've been together with your partner, even if it's just, your foundation partner. You need to learn how to read the room as well.
Yes.
A female does not want to feel like that's all you want.
No, that's not. Yeah, because, even though we are sexual beings, we obviously enjoy sex. That's not all there is to us.
No.
And, to be honest, most guys that I know would feel the same way if they had a woman coming after them all the time and coming at them all the time, and that's, all they ever wanted.
Right. And not necessarily saying that that's all that they want, but they have to learn how to be like sensual touch without making it a sexual touch.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're getting off of etiquette. Sorry.
No. That's a good conversation that we're having about this. I think to sum up the etiquette piece, I think it just comes down to permission, communication, and
Common courtesy.
common courtesy. Yes.
Absolutely.
Consent.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, and don't walk around opening people's doors.
No. So we'll get that that's perfect segue into the clubs. So when you're at clubs, there's unwritten rules and there's open written rules. And one of the rules is if the door is closed, do not open it.
Do not open it.
If the curtain is closed, do not open it.
Right.
You can stand there and watch
Yeah.
because it's usually a see-through curtain, but it doesn't mean you can just open the curtain and dive in bed with someone.
Absolutely not. And I don't care if it's an open bed and there's no curtains or whatever.
You still
Does
need to
not
ask.
give you permission just to jump in and start playing or touching or anything
No.
else. You still have to ask.
Yes.
There are some rooms that don't have doors per se to close, but a lot of them will have ropes that you can close off the room. So that means people are still okay with you watching. And that room might have a door, but they also have that rope. But they're okay with you watching, but they're not okay with you entering.
Precisely.
So don't try to stand in the doorway and lean into that door either.
And a lot of these clubs, especially the clubs we're going to talk about here in a little bit, they all have several things in common. They all have open playrooms. They all have closed playrooms. Most of them have shower rooms, lockers, bathrooms, and all that fun stuff. So
One
that's
thing they all have that's like high on the list is security.
security. Yes, security is number one in all these lifestyle clubs
Mhm.
that we're going to talk about. I think most clubs that we've been to or heard people have been to, there's never really been an issue that hasn't been, if there was, that wasn't handled
It was
immediately.
resolved very quickly.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I think security, because people want to have a good time, first off. Second, people want to feel safe, and a lot of people are private about this. You know, we have a podcast, yes, we are very open about it, but a lot of people aren't. So a lot of people want the privacy, and at these clubs, you can't take pictures inside.
No.
No. There's no like going around taking pictures with your phone. If they see you do that, that is one way to get tossed out of the club pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, the first time they'll remind you because it's, we do it all day, every day, and you don't think about it. But, you accidentally take a picture or a selfie, and they'll walk up to you and say, hey, you're not allowed to have your phone out, and they'll ask you to delete that picture because there might be someone in the background, that doesn't have very many clothes on, or they don't want to be,
They don't want to
in
be in the
your
picture. No.
But if they see it again, they will definitely be like, okay, it's time for you to go. And I know some clubs, they'll put you on a probation period where you can't come back for a little bit. And some of them, they'll kick you out completely.
Yeah. So I think the first club we're going to talk about is a club that's near and dear to our hearts. Unfortunately, it's closed now. But that was Club Sunday here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
That's where we all met.
That's where we all
Mhm.
met.
Mhm.
It was our local lifestyle club, and it was, wasn't the fanciest of clubs. So, definitely not the upper echelon.
It was a good starter club,
But it's a
though.
good starter club. It's a
Yeah.
good place to get your feet wet, and it's where we all met. And
It's where we met a lot of the friends that we still have now.
yeah. And a lot of these clubs have private sites that once you apply to become a member, and yes, there's an application process, a background check process, then you can get access to their online site, which is like a social media platform where you can post pictures and post and have a profile. And that's one nice way to meet people before you even walk in the door at a lot of these
and
clubs.
as far as like the application process and all that, if you're planning on going to one of these clubs, make sure that you do your application ahead of time because, like
Yes.
Charlie said, you have a background check.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it can take a week, 2 weeks. Some clubs actually have a phone interview that you have to go through before you'll be approved.
Correct.
And, after you apply, you don't pay for your membership until you're approved. So after you apply, you'll get approved. You can be on the site and see events and things like that. You are not allowed to interact. You don't have access to that until you pay for your membership.
Correct. And they're not overly expensive, but it can add up as many clubs as we belong to.
Yeah.
it can start adding up. So I would definitely pick a local club that you heard reviews about or people talk about, and check it out, and see if, sometimes clubs aren't people's things. Sometimes they rather do house parties, or sometimes they just do like vanilla meet and greets.
Right.
But
if you're traveling and you want
yes,
to go to one of these clubs, a lot of times they'll have
a
membership
a
specials.
3-day membership, or
Yeah, like a 3-day membership
or
A month for 1
one
month.
for 1 month
Right.
membership where you can be
And
a member.
But some of those clubs that have that,
Mhm.
they will look at your address, and if it's anywhere close, I think it's somewhere like within 50 miles,
Yes.
100 miles, things like that, you're not eligible for that small, weekend membership or something
Yeah.
like that.
Like when you go to Vegas or something like
Right,
that,
they'll
or
have
if you
like
go
a
down to
weekend
Atlanta to go to
membership.
Trapeze,
Yeah.
or
But also, whenever there's like swinger society, they will go around and do parties at different clubs.
Mhm.
And and some of these people travel from hundreds of miles, they fly in to go to these parties for swinger social. And these clubs will have like a weekend special that they
Yes.
do specifically for that.
Yes. So we're going to talk, the next club we're going to talk about. So Sunday, great club. It was, Definitely a beginner club for all of us. Is where we all met. It's all near dear to our hearts.
It was
and
home for a while.
It was home for a while. So unfortunately, it closed. But a new club opened up not too far, called the Sandbox. It is in Sparta, Kentucky. And the quad actually went there for the grand opening and had a great time. So rate, let's go through and rate the Sandbox. So let's start with, first off, application process, easy. We knew the owner already. So,
Well, and honestly, the online application, whenever we did it, actually asked us if we had other
yes,
profiles at other clubs,
you can link them now.
and we were able to link it. So it was very easy to set up set up our profile and everything else, and everything moved over. But not all of these clubs have the
Platform.
same platform, right? So you wouldn't be able to do that. But sometimes it takes months to get your profile all together. So that was really nice that we were able to link our previous profiles, and then if you want to go and edit them, you could do that as well, and it would link to both of the profiles. So that was really nice that we were able to do that.
And you got someone like Marie, who's like the profile queen about writing profiles. So
I was good at it even before AI.
But so we walk into the Sandbox. So
I mean, I think it was nicely set up. You had the couches that you could go ahead and rent reserve, which was really nice. I mean, it was the grand opening, so he still had some areas that he still had under construction and working on, but that was expected. Had nice private rooms. Had the big in the middle of the play type area. It had that big bed that what
The
was it?
communal
Probably
bed,
6 or 8
basically.
like queen size beds that were put together.
yes, it had a huge open bed play area, which I liked. I mean, the whole club was big. I mean, the whole club was big, clean, super clean.
And like Nicole and I said, the bathroom there was fantastic. It was big. There was enough room for people to change, plenty of stalls. It was clean. They had lockers in there, stools with a countertop and the mirror behind it. So, if you needed to take a little break,
Do your makeup,
do your
hair.
makeup and your hair, you had plenty of room to do that. I also appreciated that they have showers there as well. So not all clubs do, but it is nice, whether it be for water play or you just need to get cleaned up.
Right, you just played, you're a
Yeah.
little dirty,
Yeah.
go in there, spray off. Of course, you need to bring, your own stuff as far as towel and soap and stuff like that. They did not have that, which most clubs do not. A lot of people have allergies to everything. So unfortunately, if they were to provide that for everyone, it would be a lot of money on them. So just bring your own stuff. Some clubs do have stuff that you can use, but not
some
all
do.
of them.
But we'll talk about that after we get done talking about clubs or club bags and what we all pack, and just make sure you're prepared if you've never been to a lifestyle club and you're listening to this podcast, what you should be able to bring in a club and not bring into a club. So,
well, like Marie was saying, the bathroom was huge. So the Sandbox was previously a gentleman's club. So the women's bathroom was actually once where the dancers would go to get ready. So all of that is in there. Of course, you don't have like little stalls as far as like big mirrors and a chair and all that. There's one wall with the chairs, but then you have your bathroom, your toilets, and then your lockers and everything else. And it's a huge space, and that's
I mean, I thought the
number
guys'
one on my list.
I thought the guys' bathroom was nice, so I
Well,
can
coming
imagine.
from Sydney,
Yeah,
you
coming
guys
from
had
Sydney, we
you
had
could
like
sneeze
2
and run into
urinals
somebody there.
and yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought our bathroom was nice, so I can't imagine how big your guys' was.
It was ginormous.
Yeah, you could have got. There could have been people as much as against the etiquette standing in there talking, but you could probably fit people standing in there talking
Right.
and still be able because there was enough room for that.
And again, like for that bathroom, yeah, if you need a little break and just, need to go sit, whatever, there's plenty of room in there to do that. but these smaller clubs, it's like, yeah, you have two sinks, a tiny little mirror, 2 to 3 stalls, and
Well, I mean, one
it
of the,
gets crowded
yeah.
quick.
And not every female's bathroom is that big. I mean,
No,
one
not
of
at
the
all.
clubs that we love the most, their female bathrooms are small,
Mhm.
so there's, one sink there in the female's bathroom. So just because it's a big, nice club, doesn't mean that they're going to have a ginormous bathroom.
Yeah.
Right.
So just be mindful of
I
that.
think that was the other nice thing about the Sandbox. They did have a few other small private restrooms
did
scattered
around.
throughout the
Yeah,
club.
Yeah.
scattered throughout.
So, for instance, if you're back in the play area and you don't want to get, have to go traipsing through the club either naked or get dressed and to go do it, you can just, pop into
A small personal
a
one.
small
Yeah.
personal restroom.
Yeah. But overall, our dildo rating of the club, I think we gave it a good 4 out of 5 dildos.
4 out of 5 dildos.
Uh,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the bathrooms were nice, clean, spacious, big, plenty of playrooms. And another thing I like about Sandbox is you actually could rent out one of the closed rooms
Mm-hmm.
to spend the night there if you wanted to. Because they closed down the play area around 2:30, and you can move your stuff in and spend the night there in one of the closed rooms that has the door.
Right, you do have to
So,
rent them.
You have to rent them.
Yeah.
And there's
So-
there's limited space, but
Right.
it's instead of trying to find a hotel or
Even if you've been drinking a
Yeah.
lot, because
Maybe
where
you
it's
just need
at
to
in
sleep it
Sparta,
off.
you're not getting an Uber.
you're not getting an Uber.
No, you're
that
not
late.
getting
You're
a
not getting
cab,
an Uber,
probably.
you're not
It's
getting
out-
a
it's
Lyft
out
or
there.
a cab
Right.
So-
any of that
I
sort
mean,
of
the
thing.
hotel, is literally less than a half a block, but it's like interstate walk.
Yeah,
So you're not even going to be able to walk to it.
no.
And just because we gave it a 4 out of 5 dildos doesn't mean they couldn't get that fifth dildo. When we went, they were
Absolutely.
still a little
Yeah,
under
there's
construction.
still a little under construction. They still
They were
need to
s-
work on the outdoor smoking area.
Right.
And they had the aches and pains of brand new grand opening. So
Absolutely.
and do I think that the club will get there? 100%. We know the owner, we know the staff.
Mhm.
I think 100% they'll get there to the 5 out of 5 rating. But that leads us to a club that we always give 5 out of 5 dildos to. Club Tempted.
Club Tempted.
Club Tempted in Louisville. The
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky, the premier lifestyle club in Louisville. And we always give this place a 5 out of 5 dildos when we go. We've actually never been as a quad together.
Mm-mm.
We've been on separate occasions. Marie and I have, and Nicole and Ray have gone on separate occasions, but we just love that club.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a
Absolutely.
3-level
Absolutely.
club. You walk in. First off, just like all the other clubs, there's a membership application, a waiting period. So don't
This
show
is one that you have to have a phone interview.
phone interview. Yes, you have to have a phone interview with them, and
And every once in a while, they will bypass that phone interview. Not really bypass the phone interview. They will try to expedite your membership process. If it's like, hey, I'm traveling from out of town,
Yes.
just realized you were there, they will put in the work to try to
get
No.
you in.
get your membership,
Yeah,
quicker.
and they have a social media platform as well on their site, so you can connect with people. So, and you walk in. It's a 3-level club.
Yeah, I was going to say this is also one of the clubs that Swinger Social goes to
Yeah,
and
Swinger
does
Social.
their events at.
Mhm.
Yes, and
That was the
also
first time we were there.
Swinger Social, but also a couple other sites that we belong to,
Mhm.
groups we belong to, will rent out Tempted for their parties.
It's a great place.
Oh, it's a great place. You walk in, 3-level club. You bottom floor is a dance floor, bar,
VIP area.
and a VIP area, which
They also have bathrooms down there.
and they also have
Plus,
bathrooms.
they have your dressing rooms and their locker room.
Mhm. Yep. Second level is kind of a mezzanine deck where it's open to the dance floor that you can look down onto the dance floor, and
There's also VIP tables up there.
VIP tables up there.
They're not. I don't think they're VIP. I think they're just
They're
reserved.
they're reserved.
Yeah.
They're reserved. And then you have your BDSM room
And a shower room
and a shower room
or bathrooms.
or more bathrooms. And then you go to the third level. It's not completely all the way up, but it's like a half landing up to the play area.
And there's a security guard standing right there.
Yes.
Before the play area.
Yes. So, great club, always clean, staff. One reason we give it 5 out of 5 dildos is the staff there.
Very welcoming.
Very
Welcoming.
well-maintained, yeah.
When
Clean.
Marie and I last went, we sat in the VIP area with another couple that we went with, and they bent over backwards for us to basically take care of us, get our drinks from the cooler if we wanted them. So all these clubs, like Nicole has mentioned, are BYOB. They do not serve alcohol. They do have mixers and water behind the bar for the bar attendants can get you.
Sometimes there's snacks. Often there are snacks, but it varies from club to club as to
what
type
of
of snacks, how much is going to be out, type of thing. I think the big thing for me with the VIP room is it wasn't terribly expensive, and it did, as Charlie was lending to, it had its own attendant, and she not only was very accommodating as far as bringing you your drinks and things from the cooler. She also, talk to you and go around and introduce you to different people and strike up conversations. And I think it lends to making, especially if you're newer to this, or even you're just new to that club, or maybe you're meeting new people, that week. It really, can be a great icebreaker to have somebody acting in that manner to, try and introduce you to other people,
yeah,
strike up conversations with you, and then other people join in, and then on the next thing you know, you've got new friends. So
right. And their VIP area, you rent like a little couch, like a little area, but it's closed off by curtains. So even if somebody's playing in the next curtain, you can still watch them, but of course there's a curtain, so you don't join in. So very nice. At Tempted, you are allowed to leave your alcohol at the bar for, I think, 60 to 90 days.
It's either
60 or 90.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
They will put your name on it, and if you're there at day 45, they put a new date on there. So, but if you don't go for like 3 months and you've left your alcohol there, at that point, it
becomes communal property.
It becomes communal alcohol. Yeah.
Community property. They'll put it out there, and I think this kind of takes us back a little bit to the etiquette. Nicole and I were talking about this before. If you do have a place that they have a community cooler, freezer, whatever, refrigerator, I should say, and you've forgotten your alcohol, you ran out of alcohol, maybe you see something new that you've been wanting to try, but maybe just didn't want to commit to a whole bottle or case or whatever. That's an opportunity for you, but be courteous to the other patrons who might be in the same position as you are, and, limit yourself. And I do think they have a limit on there.
They do. I mean, they don't sit there and count what you take out of there. There's a sign saying, that there's a limit. Be your own.
Right. Police yourself.
Police yourself. That's the word I was
Be
looking for.
an adult about it, and don't take advantage of it.
Right.
Don't take advantage of it, because
Don't
it
take
is a community pool of alcohol. Like she said, you might have forgotten your stuff. Someone else might have forgotten their stuff too. If there's 6 of them there and you've had 5 of them, it's not really fair to other people that are in the same boat.
And the other thing I want to mention about Club Tempted and a lot of these clubs is they also have deals with hotels nearby. So if you're coming from out of town, or you just want to make a date night of it and don't want to drive home, or want
to get away from the kids,
kids for a night, have a babysitter, and you can call them and be like, what hotels are you affiliated with, and you can get a special rate. Because
sometimes you get on their website too, and there's a link on the club's website that will take you and already have the deal applied.
Yes. So, yeah, we love Tempted. 5 out of 5 dildos. Definitely going back as a quad this time.
Yes.
Soon. So for all our Louisville people, we will hopefully be seeing you guys down at Tempted soon. Next club. A club that Marie and I have been to, and we actually did a weekend getaway when we were visiting family and snuck away for a night, is Colette Austin, Club Colette. They have a series of clubs,
Across the
Dallas,
country.
across the country, but this one was in Austin, Texas.
Mhm.
And it was much like Tempted, 3 levels, dance floor in the middle. You had open beds on one side, and you had the closed playrooms on the other side.
Upstairs, one side was just for couples.
Yes.
So singles could not go into that area.
What about if a couple brought a third? Were they able to go in, or was it just couple?
Yes, if a couple had a third, then yes, you could, but just in
No
particular,
No,
Right,
you just
no
couldn't walk
single.
up. There's a single and walk
Yeah.
around.
yeah. Because and unfortunately, it's, and it's not, we're not bashing on single men in any way, shape, or form, but there are a lot of single males in the lifestyle, and then not as many single females, but it is more designed for the comfort and safety of couples,
And females in general,
and females in general.
because some places will let you, as a single female, go into these play areas, but single males are not allowed, unfortunately, and it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with being sexist or anything like that. Unfortunately, you know, historically, males are a little bit more aggressive.
Yes.
So
And a lot of these clubs will have nights, like a Thursday night or a Friday night, where they'll allow single men into the club. But usually Saturday nights are couples and single females only.
yeah,
So Clut was, I will give it 5 out of 5 dildos.
Yes.
It is a very high-end,
High-end.
upscale club.
Dress to impress. All these places you need to dress to impress.
Right.
But
you
This
don't
was-
show up in your ripped pants and
no,
Yeah, this
don't show
was
up
a
in
little
shorts and
bit-
flip flops.
Right. This was even a little bit higher than your typical
Yeah.
dress to
And
impress.
Marie and I can be bougie at times, but even for us, we were like, wow, this is bougie.
Yeah.
And another reason I give it 5 out of 5 dildos with you was the security.
The security was
Security
fantastic.
was on point there. That was the only club we've been to. We had to get wanded and go through a metal detector. They were serious about their security.
They were serious about their security, and at Club Colette, they have their room attendants
Yes.
are also their security officers. So
They monitor everything.
they're monitoring
going on.
everything. They clear the bed off for you when you're finished playing. They put new sheets on for you, and they're watching what's going on. And we actually had an instance where a couple and the male partner was just being a little
pushy.
pushy with his female partner and kind of not backing off despite her requests for him to do so. And, the security guard room attendant was changing a bed for us to use. And I just tapped him on the shoulder, and he was like, shook his head at me like, I'm watching, I'm listening. And the next thing we know,
Gone.
I was gone. There's just was a zero tolerance policy.
Marie and I had fun. We played in
Yeah.
one of the open beds with the curtains.
We met some interesting people.
Met some interesting people. We met a throuple there. They were pretty cool. The girl,
Great people watching.
great people watching. All these clubs are
All
great
these
people
clubs are
watching.
great people watching.
The girl with the fantastic tits.
Hold on, I wasn't there.
I know, but she was there, and it was a fun night for Marie and I.
Yeah, it was a fun night.
Flip
There was a hotel nearby that
Hotel.
we got a discount at. Very nice. We had a very nice room.
Yeah, and once again we shocked the Uber driver. Us and Uber drivers. And he's like, a lot of people get dropped off here. What kind of club is this? And I'm just kind of laughing. I was like, it's an adult lifestyle club, and you can tell he had no clue what that meant.
He went and looked it up.
He probably went and looked it up.
I'm sure he looked it up after
Yeah.
afterwards. So.
Yeah, it was fun. So, all right, so 5 out of 5 for Colette Austin. Fun club. And I want to preface it, a lot of these clubs don't look like much from the outside. They're usually warehouses
Yeah, it does
buildings.
not look like it. It kind of looks
They don't
sketchy on the outside.
they don't have neon signs
No.
saying "Come in here."
Have sex.
Have sex. Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't.
no.
A lot of these clubs you can drive by and you'll never know it's a lifestyle club.
No, not
So
at all. And they purposely do that. They make it,
yes,
look a little sketchy. They don't, I mean, it's not, run down and falling apart on the
no, it's
outside.
just a warehouse building, and you just
It
look
looks like
like
a warehouse.
you look
It
at it
looks,
and you're like, oh, it's just a warehouse building, but then you walk in and you're like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah. But they
um,
do that because
They don't want to draw attention to it.
Yeah.
unwanted attention,
yes,
Right.
Right.
basically. It's not that they
So
don't want to draw attention,
they don't want
but they
the
don't want to draw
yeah.
unwanted attention. They
Yeah.
want other like-minded people
Right. I
to
mean,
be there.
if you remember when we were younger, we didn't have the internet to search something
Mhm.
or whatever. We would just go drive in, see what we could get into.
hmm
So, if you had this club that, had signs and stuff like that, made it look like a bar, like, oh, we've never been there, let's try it.
yeah,
They're still not going to let you in,
no,
but there's no point in having, that unwanted attention if you haven't been through the vetting process either.
precisely.
So instead of the attendants having to say, sorry, you can't come in, this is a private club, and potentially causing an issue, they make it look like it's really nothing.
So that brings us to the next club that we are going to review, and it's a club that Nicole and Ray have gone to quite a
Mhm.
few times. Marie and I actually haven't been there yet, surprisingly.
Surprisingly,
But,
not that far
Closer to
away.
you guys. than
Yeah, it's
us.
closer to us
We've
than you
been
guys.
invited. It's just
It
never
never worked out in our
never worked
schedule.
out.
Yeah.
That's Club Princeton in Columbus, Ohio.
So we were invited there. We have friends that live about halfway in between here and Columbus. Actually, they have family that live in Columbus, so they knew about it pretty well. They had gone a few times. They're like, hey, you should come up. So, we went through the whole application process and, went up there. And once again, security is great. You have to knock on a door and basically what's the secret word, to even get through the door. They also have a even more private club on top of it. It's a BDSM, not even club, but area. That's a special invite only, and you still have to go through a more vetting process for that. But we'll get into that later. But you walk in, you have to have the secret code to get into the door. Not really a secret code, but
But yes.
you have to let
Yeah.
them know that what you're there for. And if it's like, oh, I just showed up, they're not going to let you in. But anyways, then you go to the attendant. At this club, you actually check your alcohol. They don't want you just carrying around big bottles of alcohol and everything like that. So you check your alcohol. They put a wristband on you, and they will number your alcohol, and they write that number also on the wristband. Um, First floor, you've got your little bar area, you got a snack area. If you go one way, you go down a few steps, that's the dance floor and seating. Now,
Right. There's bathrooms right off of the dance floor and that
Mhm.
there.
both
And
men's and women's.
yeah.
Yeah.
You go down that way through the hall, they have a social media area. So where, like with most of these clubs, you're not supposed to be on your phone. They have a room that is directly for that.
hmm
You need to get on your phone. You go over here. You get on your phone.
You want to go
Phone gets
take
put away.
pictures? That's great.
Yes.
They have a bed in there.
Colette Austin had that as well. They had like a little backdrop where you go
Yeah.
take a selfie and be like, "Hey, I was here."
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like your phone's away.
Right.
Right.
Now,
And
these clubs, you're allowed to take your phone in. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people have kids and all that. They have to make sure that it is okay. It's one of the reasons that I wear my watch. It doesn't matter what outfit I've got on. I've got my watch on. That way it connects to my phone. If one of the kids texts and say, hey, something's going on, I'm able to look at that. My watch doesn't take pictures or videos, but I'm able to look at that and then I can step away, and that way I'm not constantly getting my phone out. But back to the layout, like Ray said, there's like a social media room. Once you get past the social media room, you cannot go past that point. Well, actually, you're allowed to go into the locker room,
Right. They got the locker room, a little changing area, and then like
like
an
a
open
shower
shower
area.
area there.
Yeah,
And then there's the security guard
yeah.
right
But
after
from
that.
that point, you are not allowed to pass security unless you're a couple, or I mean, I don't even think single females are allowed to go through. Single males are not. So at one point we were talking to a couple, and like Ray said before, he smokes, so he went outside to smoke. I was just chatting with the other couple, and we wound up just walking around the play area, not playing or anything. And Ray came back and he's like, "Oh crap, my people are over there. I can see them. I can't get to them."
Yeah, and it literally looked security guard, and it's like they're right there. You can go say something. He goes, "I'm not leaving this spot."
Yeah.
And luckily, we had friends in that club, and I went and found some friends. It's like, "Hey, will you walk me into the play area?" Because my wife's over there talking to some people, and I left to go smoke a cigarette and didn't even think about it. I can't come back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not like you just went up to random people and said, "Hey, will you walk me through there?" Because people
Right,
will
it was
not do
people.
that.
No.
It was
But
people that we'd
yeah, it
known
was
that
the
knew
friends
both
that
of us.
we knew that invited us up there. It was like, "Oh, hey, Nicole's over there, and I can't get past there." And they're like, "Yeah, we're going that way
You're
anyway."
like, help! I just want to get
Help.
to Nicole.
Yeah, I just need to get to my people that are over there. So, I mean, and the security guard looked at Ray, and nodded his head like, "You're cool now."
Yeah, knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So I guess right past security, they actually have another little bar area. I'm thinking, have you ever seen anybody behind that bar though?
I have, not very often, but I think it's more for mixers and things like that.
Uh huh.
They've got some drinks and stuff back there. Where that is also a big playroom. Like, it's ginormous. We said Sandbox's playroom area is big. The communal play area in that spot is really big. So they actually have a circle bed in the middle, and then small beds off of that circle. It kind of looks like a big sun. But then the outside wall also has beds, but they're um, curtains in between them. So, you can play, you know, close that curtain, people aren't going to come in. But to get into that room, it's actually a glass wall. So people can stand outside of the room and also watch.
Right. You can stand out and watch, and then there's actually security there to make sure no singles are going in there without a couple into that playroom itself.
Right, because like Ray, somebody might go up to another couple and be like, "Hey, can I come with you?" Or kind of slide in with them.
Yeah, trying to slide in with another couple.
And security thinks that they're just with them.
Yeah.
So if they're standing out there, there's security there. You're not allowed to go into that room unless you're with a couple. So, and then from there, keep going around the circle. You've got private play areas. There's a couch where you can sit and talk in between the private play areas. There's a little hall. Um, they have a BDSM room there. They have a private open room. So there's two beds in there. It's not really private. There's no door to it, but you have the curtains that, and then they have the one room with the
Yeah.
glory hole.
Well, it has a male and a female glory
It
hole.
does. Yeah.
So,
It's
Marie's over here shaking her head. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
which that's something I hadn't seen before was the female's glory hole.
No, I've never seen a female glory hole. Not sure how you're. I mean, you would lay on it.
You lay on
actually,
it.
You
with
lay
your
on
legs
it,
up.
yes.
Yeah. But then you have, the male glory hole
Yeah.
where they go into, back behind a door,
Mhm.
and then there are
Yes.
holes right there, and whatever female comes in. You have no idea. So, from there's another security guard right there because there are steps that lead up by the bar, where you can also come down from there. So there's security right there, and that's actually where Ray was trying to come down to, and the security guard was like, "Nope."
Yeah. And there's another
There's
bathroom,
a bathroom
right
there.
right there.
Yep. Yep. So bathrooms everywhere. From
Awesome.
there, the smoking area is on the other side of the bar. There's actually another room out there that they could, if they were having a big party, also open that up. But then there's, you can walk out of a door and you're outside out there, and it's completely closed in. So,
And
but I would say, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and that's one nice thing. It's one of the few places I've seen that has an indoor smoking area. So if you're
Yes.
there in the winter time, you
Rainy.
you don't freeze when you go out to smoke a cigarette.
Right.
And we all know in the lifestyle things pick up. The lifestyle is more active, I would probably say, in the winter months because more people are going inside to the clubs.
Right. You don't have your outside activities. That
Yeah, you don't have
do.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of nice. So
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. So as far as Princeton, I would give it a 4 out of 5 dildos.
nice.
And the only reason I give it 4 instead of 5 is their seating area around the dance floor. You have to reserve anything, so you can't just walk in and sit down at a table. It's all reserved. Now you're allowed to sit around the bar, but that's not right by the dance floor. And their
No.
dance floor is a little smaller.
A little small.
If you guys know me,
You like
whenever
to
I
bust the
drink, I
move?
like to dance. I like to. get
Nicole
out
is
there.
definitely out there busting the move on the
I
dance floor.
am. Might not look the prettiest to everybody, but I enjoy doing it. And a lot of people in the lifestyle do too, and that's another way to,
Break
kind of
the
get in the
ice.
mood.
Yeah.
Get out there and dance provocatively or whatever for your partner. Or, it's a mating ritual. But their dance floor is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It's not crowded up by the DJ though. The DJ's towards the back of the room.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only reason I would give it a 4 instead of a 5.
Gotcha. So
What do you-
let's talk about what we bring to these clubs. So Marie and I have 2 club bags. We have a cooler backpack, which we have. If you go to our website, thepolyquadlife.com, and go to our content page, we have posted our club bag recommendation and also links to applications to all the clubs that we've talked about on this podcast with their permission. So we have 2 club bags. We have a cooler backpack that we obviously has many pockets in it, but our drink of choice for the evening. We're big winos. We love taking wine, but we also sometimes are in the mood for wine. So the seltzers or vodka, and like we mentioned, a lot of these clubs already have mixers. So usually they're free, but sometimes they ask for donations.
Sometimes you have to buy the mixers.
Sometimes you got to buy the mixers like a dollar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's not much. But you're also allowed to take your own mixer.
Yes, you're allowed to take your own mixers in.
Right.
Depending on the club, like we've talked about, some you have to check them. Some you can keep them at your seat.
Mhm.
Some have coolers you can put them in with your name on it. So we have that club bag, and it also has some other things in there as well, like bottle openers. Even though a lot of times the bars will have bottle openers or wine openers, sometimes you don't want to wait in line
Right.
to do that.
Sometimes the bartender's having a conversation
Yes.
with someone, just like bartenders do.
Yes.
So you don't want to interrupt that. So bring the bottle
So
opener
yeah,
if you're allowed to. Like
yeah.
Club Colette, you're not allowed to.
No.
They want you and you have to
Yes.
walk through it. But a lot of them that we have been to, you're allowed to bring those.
Yes. As long as it doesn't have a knife attached to it.
Right. Right.
Precisely. I think the other thing is in our club bag, our cooler backpack is we have condoms, lube. Oh, what else is in there, Marie?
Wipes.
Wipes. We usually have some Tylenol
Tylenol.
or give you a little headache or
AC.
Pepsid AC. You don't want things to ruin the mood or ruin
Yeah.
the occasion.
Right.
So
We have Pepto, the chewable Pepto
Yeah,
tabs
chewable Pepto
in our
tab.
bag.
guys, Ray and I, we pop a little blue pill sometimes.
Most men in the lifestyle
Most
do.
most men in the lifestyle
said
do, so we'll have that. Give it ample time to work. Don't take it 5 minutes before you're about to play and like, why
Be
is it
disappointed.
working?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can usually feel how the evening.
Yeah, you can feel out the night.
and have time to put that.
Yeah,
And one thing that I need to say about maybe 2 things I need to say about the pills. One, if you're drinking heavily, be very mindful because what those pills do is they open up your blood vessels. Your blood's already thin from drinking. Especially if it's your first time taking it, you're probably going to get a little dizzy.
yes.
Don't freak out about it. Sit down, let yourself relax.
Talk to your
but if
doctor
you're
to
drinking
make
heavily, it might not be a good idea
Yeah.
to take one, especially if
Yeah.
you've never taken it before.
And talk to your doctor to make sure you are of healthy
Yes.
body and mind to be able to take those
If
pills.
you have any kind of heart conditions,
yes.
on any kind of medication that thins your blood, you might not be a candidate for it.
Yes.
There are other medications. Talk to your doctor about it, and they can direct you.
And definitively, if you're on nitrates, please talk to your doctor. That is a combo.
Right, there's lots of online
We have seen people pass out
platforms.
because they've never taken it before.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they think, oh, I'll just take this and I'll get hard as a rock and we can fuck for 3 hours straight. And
Right. So if you keep a heart, if you stay up for 4 hours,
yeah.
you most definitely need to go to the hospital.
Yes.
But yeah. But there's lots of online platforms where you don't have to go to your doctor about it. But with it being online and they don't know you, you can also lie about things.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Do
if
not.
you are going to go that route, be completely honest.
Right.
List all your medications.
They're not doing it to judge you, because trust me, they want to sell you these things.
Yeah, they
But
want to
they
make
also
money.
want to do it safely to make sure you're not going to pass out, hurt yourself, have a heart attack, have, your blood pressure drop. It's not a good thing. Any kind of online doctor or whatever, be honest with them. They don't care. They don't
No,
know you.
they're
They're
just
not
doing
going
their
to
job.
judge you. Something else that I wanted to, the second thing I wanted to talk about as far as the pills. A lot of guys in this lifestyle and out of the lifestyle take it. It might seem taboo to you, but it's not.
It's not at all.
It's not at all. A lot of guys in this lifestyle take it. I mean,
Ray, we were at Sandbox and Ray was like, hey, I'm going to take mine, and gave me a reminder because we knew how the night was going.
right.
And we knew we were going to head to the playroom, sooner or later. So he gave me a friendly reminder, said, hey, I'm going to pop mine now and give it some ample time to work. And
I've heard the DJ say, hey, things are going great. Might want to go ahead and get out your little blue pills.
yeah. But yeah, no, so the club bag, it's a must. The club cooler backpack, a must. What else we have in there? Like we said, wipes, condoms, lube, little blue pills. We also have the trash bag, in case an article of clothing gets
Dirty.
and you don't want to carry it
You don't want
out.
to put it back on.
You don't have to
or
put it back
just be
on.
Dragging it around with you. Yeah.
Right.
The second bag we have is Marie's bag. That bag is for her outfits. A lot of ladies love to change outfits.
Mhm.
Sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm a
that's little
minimalist.
excessive.
I'm a minimalist, so
Yeah.
typically I only change once. I also I'm not a prima donna by any stretch. So sometimes I'll put 2 or 3 in there if I'm not sure how I'm going to be feeling,
Right.
or maybe it's a theme night and I kind of want to get a feel of how everybody else is dressed. So I'm not sure, I'll put 2 or 3 in there to choose from, but typically it's a one-time change for me. I think recently I changed twice and it was exactly that. I put something on and I was like, yeah, I'm just not super comfortable in this. I'm gonna go put one of the other ones.
Yes, Marie and Nicole have the extensive lingerie collection. And I don't think anybody in the lifestyle doesn't have an extensive
And I
lingerie
think that that's
collection.
another thing that we'll be opening up to place on our webpage. So lingerie can get really expensive, right, folks? But there are lots of places where you can get inexpensive but still quality lingerie, and that can help you build your wardrobe. I've shared this with other friends that
Mhm.
have been newer to the lifestyle, and they've loved the sites that I've sent them to. Amazon is a good place, but there are also some other sites out there, companies that
Right.
make affordable.
Right. I mean, one of my
Lingerie.
favorites recently has been Shein.
Mhm.
I've
Yes, a lot
actually
of
bought
people.
quite a few things. I bought my New Year's Eve outfit on there, and it's hot. I like it. Bought that on there. You can buy anything on there. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer to ship, of course, but get on. You're scrolling through there. It's inexpensive. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Does it fit you whenever it gets to you? You can ship it back.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And I
One of
think
my favorite sites is Adore Me.
that's what I was about to
They have
say.
Really quality for the price, and lots of times they will run specials, BOGOs, things like that. Their clearance selection is also nice. If you're, you know, average size, it's a little bit difficult finding some of the clearance items, but if you don't fall within the average size range, then you typically have a little bit more luck. They offer plus sizes, which is very nice.
Maybe not average size, but a size that's more common.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
There's no
6,
average
8,
in this
10,
lifestyle.
12. Right.
Yeah.
There is, I say average as far as average by the American
Yeah.
standard, but yeah, if you're 8, 10, 12, that's common, the more common sizes. It's going to be more difficult for you to find
Right.
things on clearance.
I do have a very extensive amount of lingerie and sexy wear. And some people think that we do it for our partners, our husbands. It makes me feel great.
Yes.
100%.
me.
I do it for
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I do spend a little bit more time.
And you ladies look rocking in them.
Yes, we
Thank you.
enjoy showing you
Thank
guys
you.
off. Very much so.
I spend a little bit more time doing my makeup and hair on nights we go out.
Mhm.
I don't do that to be more attractive to other people. It increases my confidence.
Right. Walking in
Um,
with confidence is key.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. And so, I spend a little more time on myself on those evenings than I would, if we were going out,
Right.
Dinner in a movie.
to
or
dinner
something.
or in a movie or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I usually try, like we've said before, most of the time there's themes. So I usually try to dress for the theme. Doesn't have to be 100% dressed for the theme, but it's like, oh, this kind of goes with the theme.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll have multiple changes. Um, Ray and I have a couple bags. We also have a cooler bag that we keep our alcohol in. Like I've said before, I'm the Jello shot queen. So sometimes we have an entire bag just for Jello shots.
Yes. And I think another bag it's a very good idea to have is like a little quick drawstring bag that has your play items in it
Yeah.
that you can grab quickly. Marie and
Instead
I
of
have been
searching.
in situations where we have been like, "Oh, we're gonna go play now. I guess it's time to play." And then you're you're trying to fidget around your club bag
To find everything.
to find everything.
Yeah.
And just having a drawstring bag, we
With
have
your
one.
lube, your
Yeah.
condoms, your wipes.
Yes, that you can literally just
Yeah.
grab out of your bag
Uh-huh.
and go, okay, we're
Yep.
ready.
Ours is a
Right.
little crowd bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little grab bag, a crown royal bag,
Yeah.
actually. Um,
Those
And I
are
mean, we-
great for play bags.
Yeah.
Like small little play bags.
Yeah.
But then we also have our backpack, which is super cute. Bought it several years ago and it's still in great condition. Actually bought it from Amazon. We'll have a link to that as well.
Is it the pineapple one?
It is the pineapple.
Ah, yes.
Yes, it's so cute. It's got pineapples all over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we keep condoms.
condoms, lube, all the same things you do. I think the things that we have that you guys didn't mention in there is, we keep toothbrush, toothpaste, some soap and stuff if we go to a shower, be able to take a shower at one of the places, or if we end up at one of the hotels. We have some toys in there, different vibrators and stuff, and play toys.
I
And
need
Yes,
vibration
you
in my
have
life.
you
You
have
need
the
vibration in
big
your
bag
life?
of dicks.
We don't take the big bag of dicks to a club though.
No,
We-
just we
do
narrow it
have
down.
multiple toys in our bag. And even not in our little drawstring bag, we also have other stuff. So we have whips, we have cuffs, rope,
flogger.
floggers.
Um,
I love to flog. I don't like being flogged. With permission, I'll get a line sometime of people wanting to be flogged.
You will, Nicole. I've seen like 12 deep in a line at a recent party that we went to
Yeah.
just to get flogged by Nicole.
Well, because I make people feel comfortable and it's something that they want to try. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. And I'll lay out the ones that I have.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, choose the one that you want. And I've had them choose one and be like, okay, I want something a little bit more. And I start off slow. People want to sometimes try this stuff. They don't want to buy the stuff for it. They don't have somebody that they feel comfortable with. Sometimes their partners don't feel comfortable with doing it.
Yes.
So I make people feel very comfortable and they're able to, experience that
Mhm.
and maybe decide, oh yeah, I really like this, or No, not really what I was thinking it was.
And the other thing at a lot of these clubs is they'll have theme nights, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
But they'll also have like fetish night.
Yeah.
Where they'll have a team come in. You can do electrostimulation. You can do the flogging. You can do the hot wax play.
Doesn't mean that you have to participate in it.
Doesn't have, you have to
can go and just
participate.
look at
You
it.
can just go and look. And I mean, fetish nights are a great way to people watch.
Honestly, Ray and I have never been to a fetish night. It's something that we've always wanted to do.
No, we did go to a demonstration. That
We
was
went to
called?
one demonstration
Etiquette.
with Swinger Society. They had an electro
Right,
demonstration.
but we have not been to a fetish night.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, great talk today. People
Yeah.
loved it.
I
So,
feel like we could talk for hours more. But
yeah, that's why we do the podcast.
Yeah.
We have fun. So we didn't get to any of their questions this podcast because we are running kind of long. But we'll definitely get to more of your submitted questions on our next podcast. Maybe we'll do a one-off, just quick Q&A session next podcast so we can answer some more questions from our listeners. But we just want to say thank you for listening. Check out our website at thepolyquadlife.com. And remember, you can email us your questions at info@thepolyquadlife.com. Have a good night, everyone.
hold on.
We forgot shit swingers say.
Well, that's right. Thanks. Keep me in check. I think it's all you, Nicole. Take it away.
I think I know one I heard her say earlier today.
Today or last night.
Might have been last night. Today, last night. It's
Yeah.
kind of,
It all runs together.
It all runs together.
I need vibration in my life.
I said that earlier. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
we've said that before.
I think we
though.
said that one before.
We
Yeah.
have said that before.
We
so-
had some good ones come out last night too, and
Yeah.
I'm just kind of drawing a blank
I'm kind
right
of drawing
now.
a blank right now.
Yeah.
I think
I remember one. I said I need some over there. I need some over there and back there. Something like that is what I was saying. And one of our friends was like, "Yep, shit swinger say."
it's catching on, folks.
It's catching on. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you on our next episode.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.